All right. Good morning, everyone. It's 9:03 a.m., December 13th, 2024. And we are here to provide you with some information, insights, and tips to start or complete your application process. So thank you for joining us again. My name is Michaela Vikramasinghe. I'm the Recruitment and Training Officer at the Faculty of Graduate Studies. And with me, we have my colleague Dagam Habdamariam. She is the admissions lead for the Faculty of Graduate Studies. So we are both here with some great information, and I'm really happy that Dagam is joining us too, to give you some helpful guidance with your applications. So we have a little bit of a presentation, and I don't think chat is still working. So feel free to add any of your questions that you may have about any information we provide or something you are experiencing right now into the Q&A. So let me share the presentation. Mm, All right. Okay, can everyone see the presentation? Dagam. I hope you can. Just trying to also find show webinar. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to Q&A to see if there's anyone can see, but it looks like everyone can see it. Okay. So this is just a reminder, you probably know all about our graduate programs at the University of Winnipeg. So if there's any new students joining, I wanted to share that we have Masters of Arts programs, professional programs, Master of Science programs, and a multidisciplinary program in environmental studies that's called Masters in Environmental and Social Change. So this program is interesting because you can choose Masters of Science, Masters of Arts, or Master of Environment. And the arts programs, we have applied economics, criminal justice, cultural studies, and indigenous governance. For science programs, we have applied computer science and society, bioscience and technology, and public policy. Professional programs, we have Master in Development Practice, Indigenous Development, Master in Management, in Technology, Innovation, and Operations. And there's also a new stream that started a couple of years ago, which I do not have here, is the Data Analytics. And we also have Master of Marriage and Family Therapy. This is very exciting. This year, we launched our very first PhD program at the University of Winnipeg in Bioscience and Policy. So the applications started a little bit late on November 29th. So if you were joining us in the last application workshop, we may have not mentioned this program because we did not have the applications, but it is open now. And if you're a PhD candidate, please look into that program. So here are some tips on applying to a graduate program. I believe you may have already done all of it or some of it. We strongly recommend you to explore the program websites, especially, including our graduate studies website that has information about funding, the resources available to students, international students, indigenous students, and also our training opportunities that we have. So it's really important you kind of have a great idea or before you come to the university that what you are getting into and also what are all the resources available to you. And very important to familiarize yourself with the programs, the calendar, the policies, the research component, and about your supervisor as well as the other faculty members who will be guiding you, teaching you. Um, you also have the option, and it's also really recommended to connect with the current students and alumni of the programs to see how. Okay, Dagam has mentioned to me that my voice is going down, so I am going to. Is it better now, Dagam? Still not, eh? Hmm. It's good? Okay. So maybe let's just talk a little bit closer to my laptop. It might work. So if you don't know any alumni or current students, you can go to our website, Faculty of Graduate Studies. We have some student ambassadors, and these here you can see Chaturi. She is a student of the Environmental Studies and Sciences, so Environmental and Social Change program. We also have 3 other students from Bioscience, 2 Bioscience, and 1 from MDP. So, talk to them, ask about the experience of the university, and if they have any tips before you start, and they are really helpful. They'll be a great guidance. And, it's not still too late to ensure that your interests are aligning with what you want to do after graduation. Is the program going to deliver that to you? And mostly to be successful with the admissions, you should understand the minimum requirement and application deadlines. We will go through that for this application cycle for fall 2025. And order transcripts if you have not done so, because that is a requirement for your application package. And write an impressive statement of interest. Like, we will go through this a little bit more in detail later, and update your CV and resume as the application also require that. And reach out to your referees who you think can give you a glowing reference. So if you're still unsure about what exactly your program needs for your application, check out the program fact sheet. The program fact sheets are located on the application page as well as the Graduate Studies website, or you can even just search the name of your program and fact sheets or fact sheets. That will bring you to a page that lists all our undergraduate and graduate fact sheets. But if you want a shortcut, you can go to the Graduate Studies online application page. We have listed all our fact sheets there. So this, including the information about the program, the courses, sample courses, the career outcomes, they also have the admission requirements. For most of our programs, we require 3 out of 4 grade point average, or something equivalent to 70%, or equivalent if you are coming from a country other than Canada. We also have an English requirement policy. I will also show you an example of that a little bit later. And we have the listing of all the other things that the program needs. So this, I believe, is yes, this is a bioscience technology and policy Masters of Science fact sheet. So you can see that they ask for transcripts from all the post-secondary institutions you have attended, and then the contact information you can add, so we can reach out for the references, English language requirements, 300-word research proposal. So it's really, really important that you are familiar with what the program asks for in the application package. To help you with, we also have a preparing checklist. So in the Graduate Studies website, when you go to the future students, there you can see the program checklist. I'm going to ask my colleague Dagam to go through the program checklist and give any of the information and tips that will help the students.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're here to hear from us. I'm here to talk about in terms of supporting documents. So so as part of your application, yeah, the first thing that you have to complete an online application portal. And afterwards, you are supposed to include supporting documentations, and they're listed here. I just want to highlight that application fee is not waived. It's basically to help you with processing your application. So for domestic, meaning Canadians and permanent residents, your payment is 100 and international is 120. So I just wanted to repeat that it's not waived, and at the same time, it's non-refundable. The other thing that I also wanted to highlight is regarding the proof of English language proficiency. So anyone whose study is not in an English exempt country, there are a list of countries which are exempt for to provide a proof of English language proficiency. So those countries, aside from those country and Canada, um, you you need to provide the English language. And Michaela is trying to provide the list. Yeah, if you can go to the policy, you should be able to go and see the countries that are English exempt countries. So providing yeah, a letter from the university that the instruction was given English does not qualify. There are here, if you could scroll up, Michaela, you see that these are the options that fulfill the English language requirements. I just want to highlight that. And then another thing that I also wanted to mention that you see here IELTS, and I know that some of the students submit IELTS general generic module. So we don't accept that. We only accept academic module. So I just want to highlight those ones. Can we go back to the requirement, Michaela?
Mhm.
Yeah, so transcript. So for transcript, for application purpose, we only require um, student copy or electronic copies that you have. But if you are accepted into the graduate program, we do require official transcript. And I wanted to highlight what I meant by official. So official means from an institution to an institution. And I know that there was one prospective grad student asked about a transcript. So I mean, if you have already done some credential evaluation, you can attach it, but we don't consider that as your transcript. And we only accept transcript that comes from your university. What else? Yes, I think for permanent residents, we need you to provide us proof of residence status, so that to let us know that and also to consider you as domestic students. Yes, I think that I'm done with that. I don't know if there is any questions. You can add them onto the Q&A, and we can get back to you. Thank you, Michaela.
Okay, great. Thanks, Dagam. And thanks for everyone who added that you can hear me or you cannot. I think that's working right now, so I'm going to continue. I actually want to give you a little bit of tour. I did that last time, and a couple of students said that was very helpful. So I showed you what I did to go to the English language requirement policy. I just searched it, language requirement policy. And then on the graduate studies website, if you haven't really read a lot about your programs, just make sure you go and take a look at the program website. The masters, each master's program has their own website. So this is, for example, the MDP website. So they have information. This is a really beautiful picture of, some of the student events and fieldwork that they're doing, community, the program, curriculum, orientation. We have a overall graduate studies orientation in fall and January, but the programs also do their own orientations, the work integrated learning, the career services. So yeah, it's like some really great things. And then what else? I will show you maybe one of the arts programs, cultural studies. They have their own website, the student handbooks, the current students, this information to prospective students. Again, curriculum, 2025, 2026 courses. Cultural studies has 2 streams, so you can read about the texts and cultures and curatorial practices. So these things are really good for you to have that strong knowledge before coming in as graduate students, because you are a little bit higher than the undergraduate students, right? So reading and knowing that information will go a long way. And as you can see, there are some videos that you can see when you go to the graduate programs page on the Graduate Studies website that has some webinar recordings, recent webinar recordings, and interviews with the supervisors. So check that out as well. So let's go to the application page. We talk a little bit about it. And the application page has the deadline. So the deadline for you, if you're applying for fall 2025, February 1st. And we have the applied computer science program. We have a winter intake for that program as well. So for those students' applications, we accept applications until July 1st. So here are the program fact sheets. Easy place for you to go and check out English language requirement and application how-to videos. I think that's my next thing. I was going to show you 2 videos, how to pay the application fees and just kind of the supporting wrapping up your graduate application, because I think it's very brief and it'll really help you.
This video will show you how to pay the fee for your application for graduate studies at the University of Winnipeg. First, enter your username and password, then select your application. When additional items and documents is selected, you'll see your student number and items that you need to upload. At the top of the list is the application fee. To pay by Visa or MasterCard through the application portal, scroll down and click Pay Now. If you're trying to pay with a different credit card or a combination debit-credit card, you will not be able to pay directly on the application portal. For international students, we recommend Flywire. Flywire will ask you for your student number. Remember, it might take up to 2 business days to receive a student number. Keep in mind, it will take up to 3 business days for your payment to show on your application. You'll also receive an email reminding you of which documents are still missing. Remember that your application is incomplete until payment and all documents have been received, and only then will it be considered.
Most people have no clue that in 2024, the best way to make money with Amazon is not with physical products.
Now that you've submitted your application, This video will show you how to upload your required documents.
Thank you.
How's your application going?
Well, I submitted the application and paid the fee. I just need to upload my unofficial transcript.
Let's make sure you've got everything. Unofficial transcripts and language test results are fine for the application. You'll have to provide official versions once you've accepted into the program, sent directly from your post-secondary institution that you studied.
Okay, great. Let's get this done.
First, use your email username and password to log into your account.
Okay, I opened my application.
Under the item column, all the documents you need to submit are listed. And under the submission status column, it indicates whether or not the item has been received. Click on Choose Files to select a file from your computer.
Here's the folder I created to collect all my documents.
This is why the checklist is so important. It lists all the documents you might be asked to provide,
Like my resume, an English language test, and transcript. Okay, I think I've uploaded everything I've been asked to submit, but how do I know for sure that my application is complete and is being reviewed?
You receive an email confirming your application is complete and is being sent for the program for reviewing. You can also sign into your portal to check your status. You'll even receive your offer letter through the portal.
What now? How long do I have to wait?
Most offers come out in April. The latest an offer is made to an international student for a program beginning in September is May 1st. This gives students time to acquire a study visa. Processing times may vary, so if you're coming from outside Canada, apply for your study permit as soon as possible. You can review the processing timings at the Government of Canada website.
When do I get my University of Winnipeg email and password so I can register for courses?
Once you're accepted into a program.
Thanks for all your help, Ravanti.
You did great. Good luck with your studies, and I hope you get an offer from U Winnipeg.
Okay, I hope that help you refresh your memory or understanding of how to apply. And it was really important. A couple of things that was mentioned in that video is about the study permit. So we encourage students, just be ready to apply for your study permit as soon as you receive the offer letter and the offer letter package. We will be hosting a webinar in probably late January or February for you to help you how to apply for your study permit with the immigration advisor from the University of Winnipeg too. So we'll send out the invitation to everyone who has submitted the application. So please feel free to join that as well. And there are 2 other videos, creating an application account, creating application package. We just went to 3 and 4, knowing that most of you have started or submitted, and you might need a little bit of help with either application fee or submitting documents. So this is just a screenshot. I think you already saw it in the video of when you go click apply online, go to the portal, what you will see in order to start. However, if you have already inquired on our website about the programs in an account like similar to this, make sure you might already have a login. So you can use that same login to sign in. Tagum went over this, but this is just a snapshot of the applications. They opened on November 2024, not 2023, for the 2025 year, and the applications closes on the February 1st. And the letters, some letters will start going a little bit earlier than April, depending on what the programs want. But most of your letters will go in April. And then you will be starting the program in September. So one of the things I wanted to bring to you is from admissions review committees. We have some tips about different supporting documents. So these are 2 tips about the statement of interest. And you can see Dr. Amrita Ray Chaudhary, Professor MAE, Applied Economics, really stresses the importance of how to write a good, strong, error-free letter and very cohesively written about your experiences and how interested you are joining the program. And Dr. Michelle Bertrand from Criminal Justice also gives you a tip that, consider it like a cover letter for a job, tailor it to the program. It also doesn't hurt to write about what you're planning to do with the program, with your career or academic interest beyond the program. Some information about the research proposal from the program chair of the Bioscience, Technology, and Public Policy. He actually especially the science programs, they ask you to talk to your potential supervisor first and then get feedback from them when you write your research proposal. And remember, they're very brief too, like usually 300 to 500 words. So you have to be clear and concise too in your pitch. I know, especially with reaching out to supervisors, you are wanting to write your first email. A lot of times professors ask you to keep it brief, but add why you want this particular supervisor to become yours. One of the great tips from Dr. Kragwell is that make sure you go into professor's own profile website. Every research professor has their research website or research profile online. When you go to their bios on the university website, you can see it could be their resume, their research work. And sometimes these profs will write that they are looking for potential students and what would they like when they're emailing to them. So you can look at that information before writing your first email. So for the references, depending on the program, some of our programs require only academic references. You need to reach out to one of your former professors who had taught you, who had supervised you in your honors thesis maybe, and ask them to provide that reference. Some programs like family therapy, they ask for 3 references, 1 academic, 1 professional, and 3 other that could be either academic or professional. So professional means a supervisor at your work, someone who you report to. And then the MDP program, they do ask for academic references. However, if it's not possible, they will take professional references from someone who have supervised you, especially if you have done any research. And if you have any questions about these references, you can reach out to the program contact we have on our website under the program graduate programs page, the program contacts. So if you have any doubts, you can contact them to see if your reference that you're providing will be okay. I do have some information here about the funding opportunities. We have some internal funding. For some of the students, especially in the research programs, you will know how much funding you're getting before when you talk to your research supervisor. And then the graduate studies also has some awards and scholarships. So we will be having a workshop to give you information more, but you can feel free to go to our website. There's a funding and a page that lists all the awards, the deadlines, the amounts. So make sure you familiarize yourself with those as well. Our students are also eligible to apply for various external awards. Most of them are listed on our graduate studies funding website, and some are listed in the main campus website. Some program websites also provide that information. So make sure you do really good research on those to make sure that you're not missing out on any dollars that you can add to your school. So now, if you still have questions, you are hitting a wall when you are completing your application, we have set up some virtual office hours for prospective graduate students, whether you're applying for fall 2025 or for future intake. We would love to see you and answer any of the questions you have. So there's one coming up next week, December 19th. There's one, and then 3 in January. We just wanted to make sure that we give you as much help you needed to successfully complete your application. So I will show you how to register for these events. When you go to the Graduate Studies website, scroll down, there you will see the events, and then you can go to the virtual office hours. So you register. You can register for all 4 if you want, but you have to select and then add your name and register for each event. And if there are any MESC, Masters in Environmental and Social Change students today, we have another event coming next Wednesday, December 18th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Winnipeg time. So that's the Central Standard Time, where we have 2 professors from the program, alumni of the program, and 2 alumni of the program. One is a project manager, and the other is a space scientist. So, a really interesting event. I invite you to join that to know more about that program and all the great things that they do. So I think that's it. I think I'm just gonna go to the Q&A to see if we have any questions. I think while I'm presenting, Dagam has answered most of the questions, so I don't see any new questions here. And I can see this student. Deborah, feel free to add your question to Q&A so we can answer live, and anyone else can hear the answer if they have the same question too. There's a question that just came out about the application fee waivers. At this point, we do not have any application fee waivers. You have to pay the application fee, and it's non-refundable. Jagam, feel free to add anything if you would like to.
Yes, I also wanted to add that it's really to process your application. So it's it's processing. It's the fee is about processing.
So it's a short presentation today, and in the first webinar we had lots of questions. So it looks like you are very attentive and you take information and you know how to use them. So that's really, really good to know.
Can I say?
This, yeah,
Yeah,
Jagam.
yeah, there was a question about the application fee deadline.
I think, yeah, when is the deadline for international students? So I'm hoping you're asking when is the deadline to apply or to pay fees. So for both, it's February 1st next year. So you can start the application now and you can continue, you know, getting ready all your supporting documents, pay the fee, which you can do immediately even after you submit the application. Oh, there's some questions coming in. For transcript, do I need to provide all diplomas or only degree certificates and transcript only? Jagam, do you want to take that?
So what we require is transcript, but you're more than welcome to include your diploma.
So I think they are asking if they have done diplomas. like other certificates, not only degrees. I believe if they're post-secondary, do we ask them to submit that or no?
It's up to you if you think that this is beneficial for your application, you can include them, but we don't require that.
There's a student that has 2.2 in economics. I'm assuming in your undergrad, and then they have 4.16 in master's program they did probably after their undergrad. So can they apply for master's?
I just want to mention that application is reviewed as a package. So transcript and GPA requirement is one part of the application. So it seems like what we require, the minimum is an undergraduate degree with a cumulative GPA of 3 or B grade. Yeah, so that's what I can say. And so having another master degree, you can include that, but our requirement is a bachelor degree information.
Great. It's great to see some sense of humor in the Q&A. Someone saying that they heard the noodles freeze in Winnipeg, and how do I keep noodles eatable? You might be surprised to know that we have indoor heating in Winnipeg. It's not very rural. It's still a big city. So there's a lot of technology to keep you warm. The cars have heating. The school has heating. The university. So, we have microwaves, you can heat them up if they're cold, but there's a lot of technology available to make sure your warm food remains warm. So the other one, I completed my undergraduate degree and received transcript as well, but I didn't receive my degree. Still, would I be accepted in my application? So I see Dagam nodding. I'll let you answer that too, Dagam.
Yes, I think, yes, of course, you can apply for the program with the transcript at hand. But I also wanted to mention that you need to, so long as you complete your graduate program, your undergraduate program, sorry, by the time of you start your master's program, we're okay with that. So yeah, so we don't actually require, unless your degree, diploma or certificate, unless if it doesn't show on your final transcript, that's when we require a proof that you have actually completed your bachelor degree.
The other question, it's a good question, is contacting supervisor mandatory in MS, in environmental and social? So yes, in that program especially, and most of the research programs really. The reason is that this program is a multidisciplinary program. So there are research supervisors in environmental studies, geography, and different fields or different majors. The program supports the students with funding. So they want to make sure that they attract the best candidate for their research, best graduate students. So it's a requirement by the MESC program to reach out to them, reach out to a supervisor. And I'm going to send you a link here. So, I'm not sure if I can add that, but I'm going to add it to the chat. I will also show you.
Michaela, I don't know if they see the chat.
I know. Thank you, Dagam. I'm just going to show you. You can see the website, right? I'm sharing. I have just shared my screen. Dagam, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see the MESC funded master's position. So you can go to under these different topics, you can read about what's the position, and then you can reach out to the supervisor. So they are saying how to apply. Or if you want to know a little bit more information, you can contact MEAC at uwinnipeg.ca to get a little bit of direction on how to reach out to a student, potential supervisor. There's a question from Jaskran between WES and transcripts. I will let Jackim address that.
Okay, so WES is a credential evaluation institution. So for the purpose of application, we don't require that you go through WES. What we require for you is to upload your transcript from the university that you received. So but if you have already done the credential evaluation with WES or any other institutions, you can upload them. We're not saying that you shouldn't, or if you think that it give you benefit for your application, you can upload them, but we don't require that.
Just another question, why can't students upload transcripts directly? Why they have to come when they are official? Why do they have to come from the school?
So can I say that? Can I give information on that?
Oh yes, Jagam. Yes, I was waiting for you. Sorry, I didn't see.
Yeah, so when we say that official, what it makes it official, it means from an institution to an institution. That means that it doesn't have to come like in through the mail, but it also can come digitally, so electronic or official transcript, and that's also a trend right now. So we do receive, like, if the institutions directly send your transcript to us, and that we can accept it as official. That's what I meant. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I wanted to add there. I just want to also add that for application purpose, we only require the transcript, your student copy, your that's what we require for application purpose. We don't require during the application process an official transcript. I just want to mention that. We only require official transcript if you're accepted or admitted into the program. That's when we require the official transcript. And the official transcript we encourage the official transcript comes digitally or in an electronic form directly from the university that you have attended. Makila, do you want me to, Makila, I can't hear your voice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have the question Q&A form like really big on my screen, so I didn't know I'm muted. Sorry about that. But while I was stressing that schools can also send the transcripts digitally, so that's great, and it will be easier for when you request from them too. I wanted to go back to the scholarships question, if international students are eligible. So I wanted to let you know that almost all our internal scholarships funding are eligible, international students are eligible for those. The only thing I can think of that international students are not eligible is the Tri-Council Awards. And they are not from the University of Winnipeg. They are the federal funding councils. And on top of what you're eligible, there is also a President's Scholarship. So I showed you the funding page. Please, I think I have it right here. Please make sure to go to our graduate studies funding page, and there are information about the University of Winnipeg, Graduate Studies Awards and Scholarship, Research Manitoba, that international students are eligible for apply for these. And you can see that the value, eligibility, all that information is there. There's Tri-Council. This is the only one that is not available for international students, as far as I know. There is also the specific to international students. There is the President's Scholarship. That's worth $5,000. Winfred has a question, Dagam. I think it's probably for you. That we need undergrad degree for 4 years, but what if someone has done 3 years together with a 2-year diploma?
So our requirement is a 4-year undergraduate degree. So you'll have to, that's the minimum requirement. And that's what I can say here. If you have a 3-year undergraduate degree, then you do not meet. It's not a combination of your undergraduate degree with diploma that is considered for application. But if you think that, as I mentioned earlier, that they will look at the totality of the combination or the supporting documents to make to review your application. I would say maybe you contact the graduate program directly and ask for their advice. But our requirement is a 4-year undergraduate degree. And in some country, like in India, some of the institution, even if that they have a 3-year undergraduate degree, they can be considered as a 4-year undergraduate degree in Canada. So so you may want to check your the universities if the equivalencies with compared to the other universities around the world.
Thank you, Dagam. It's another one. Can a student send the copy of transcript they have for the purpose of securing the admissions?
Can a student send a copy of transcript? They have a purpose of, okay. Well, can they elaborate on that? What do they mean? Maybe there's
I think they're asking the official transcripts can be submitted after the offer letter.
Yes, that's what we are saying, that official transcript is needs to be submitted after the offer of admission. But before that, you have to include an official transcript. So I'm just trying to answer the previous question. So for review purpose, we only require an official transcript.
Okay, I think that's great. Thanks, Dagam. This is a good question. They ask for referee. Their email address need to be domain address, or is it possible to use Gmail?
So yeah, we don't consider it as an official email address. So they have to use their official or an institutional email address.
Great. Thanks, Dagam. This one last question, I believe. I would want to know about MFT program and someone who studied mass communication with 3.09 CGPA bachelor's and 3.8. Such student apply for the MFT admission, University of Winnipeg. Alfred, I think this is a really good question for the program area. I think they're looking for students that have some experience in counseling, that have studied psychology, and that have great passion in going into, family counseling area. You might want it to, I would strongly recommend you. I'm actually going to send the graduate program's contact information page here. I just did answer live. But if you go to our Faculty of Graduate Studies website on the left-hand side, you can see graduate programs. When you click that, you can see the graduate program contact information. So go to the MMFD and write to the program contact. That will be a good question for them. Dagam,
Akira, there was a question about WAIS and official transcript are different. Yes, they are different. The WAIS is a credential evaluation,
yeah.
and official transcript is coming from an institution or from the university that you have attended. So yes, they are different.
And you don't need to have a WES evaluation to apply for the graduate studies. Dagam's office, they do the evaluations for all the transcripts. But if you have a WES evaluation, let's say you did it for your immigration or something, you can send it. That's not a problem. So I think there's another question about total GPA being 2.91 in the last 2 years. Dagam, do you want to take that? I think what I know is that overall GPA has to be 70% or higher, right?
Yes, that's right. And I would say is that you may want to contact the graduate program directly. But again, also you can also submit, apply and submit your application based on this information.
Oh, I think I'm sharing.
And then the other thing I also wanted to mention is that the 3.0 cumulative GPA is the minimum requirement. It doesn't mean that it's like, so I just want to highlight that it's a minimum requirement. So,
Like you're eligible to apply if you have that. But
That's-
then, as Daga mentioned, there's an application package where they're looking at your research proposal, statement of interest, your CV, and everything you have done, and if the committee feels that you're a good fit for that program, right? So I didn't know that I'm sharing the screen, but you can see that I am on the graduate program contact information. So some of these are specific questions about, doubts about your GPA or whether your degree, is it a match for the program you're applying, and it's not very visible on the fact sheet. Feel free to reach out to the program areas. They're very helpful. They want the students to make sure that they are sure of the application, before they apply. So feel free to contact them. And, I thought we could finish early, but it's great that you had some really good questions and we were able to answer. And I'm very thankful for you to joining us. This is our last application workshop but we have the virtual office hours. So feel free to join any of them. There's 4 coming up, 1 next week, and then 3 in January. And thank you, Dagam, for joining and giving all that great information and answering all the questions. Some of them I definitely did not have answers, so I'm very thankful for you for joining. And it's December. Next week is our last week also before we go on holidays. And it's a great time for you to enjoy with your families and friends. So we are wishing you a really great holiday season as well. If we don't talk to you in December, we'll see you in the new year. Thanks, everyone. And I will share the recording in the next couple of days. Have a great day. Bye-bye.